handle an altercation between two team members. I always make it a point to listen to both sides of the story before making a decision of what is right and what isn't. I try not to let an altercation affect their work or have a negative effect on guests to whom we have to show a united front. Tell me, what do you find rewarding working as a housekeeping supervisor? There are many aspects that are rewarding about this job. Knowing that your supervision is responsible for guest satisfaction is a great feeling. Also, training others to perform excellently in a team environment and seeing them obtain praise from guests is quite rewarding. Explain, how would you calm down a particularly irritated customer? I do not believe in arguing, so I will listen to what he or she has to say first without interrupting. When I know for sure what is bothering him or her, I will try to look for a solution that satisfies the customer and is also within the policies and procedures of my place of work. Tell us, what is your prime chemical safety concern in your job? Chemical safety is of the utmost importance of a person working in a housekeeping position. It is important for them to understand the portions in which chemicals need to be mixed and their safe use. This is for both their own safety and that of the guest. My prime concern is that housekeeping personnel should be trained in mixing and using hazardous materials properly, and this is the areas where my training is focused on. Explain, how do you handle a client who is angry or upset and dissatisfied by your work? If a client is not happy with my work, I apologize and then work on improving my services. I always try my best to understand the client's housekeeping requirements fully and to deliver high standard housekeeping, and clients are generally happy with my work. Tell me, how would you react if you see misconduct or inappropriate behavior in a fellow worker? I will report it immediately to supervisor, since I would not want the facility or the management to suffer due to an employee's indiscretion. Tell me, how do you react if you are asked to perform tasks that are not in your job description? I am a helpful person and generally gladly fill in for my colleagues. However, if I am continuously asked to perform tasks that are not part of my duty, I discuss the matter openly and politely with my supervisor. Explain, what measures have you taken to update your knowledge of working as a housekeeping supervisor in the last year? I have been actively involved in trainings pertaining to leading teams of housekeeping personnel. The basic idea behind my involvement in these trainings is to understand conflict management between workers and to downplay the effects in front of guests. Tell us, how do you manage to take on simultaneous tasks, as is the nature of any hospitality job? To be able to multitask, one has to have a clear head. I make sure I get enough sleep before I report to work, and I have a habit of not just multitasking physically, but mentally as well. If one has to work in a capacity that is so demanding, one has to do a lot of mental computing in order to get the job done right. How long should it take to clean a guest room? How would you react to a guest screaming at you? Guests and housekeepers interact often. Your housekeepers must be able to deal with all types of guests, nice or rude. Please explain a time when your work was criticized. How did you handle it? During my first year of work, my supervisor called me once and criticized me for not cleaning the windows properly. I took the criticism positively and improved my window cleaning skills. Explain how do you manage to take simultaneous tasks as is the nature of any hospitality job. To be able to multitask, one has to have a clear head. I make sure I get enough sleep before I report to work, and I have a habit of not just multitasking physically but mentally as well. If one has to work in a capacity that is so demanding, one has to do a lot of mental computing in order to get the job done right. Do you know what are key tasks of a housekeeper? Typical housekeeping duties includes cleaning designated, changing linens, damp dusting horizontal surfaces, vents, trash removal, cleaning, scouring sinks, mopping, vacuuming carpets, and washing windows and door frames and other vertical surfaces. There might be other tasks which may be assigned by the employer. I will be pleased to perform all of given tasks beyond my job scope. What makes you a more qualified housekeeper than the other candidates? A candidate who is willing to take any job is totally different than a candidate who is hoping that becoming a housekeeper will help them learn more about the hotel business in hopes of one day becoming a hotel manager. Their motivation and quality of work will differ accordingly. Explain how do you manage to complete multiple housekeeping tasks in a single day. I am good at multitasking and task prioritization. When given multiple tasks for a day, I immediately prioritize them and set to work. This strategy almost always helps me in completing the day's task no matter how many they are. Tell me, how would you handle if being asked to re-clean a room? If the candidate takes offense to being asked to fix their work, think twice about hiring them. An ideal candidate should take the situation as a learning experience and express their desire to improve rather than being defensive or objectionable. Explain what are your personal strengths that help you as a housekeeper. My strengths are persistence, patience, and organization. These traits support me not only in the role of housekeeping but also in dealing with customers effectively. Why do you want this job now? The ideal candidate will be one who expresses interest in growing with the company and learning the business from the ground up. These kinds of housekeepers are going to be the most conscientious because they will be looking for opportunities to move into positions of greater responsibility. Workers who just need a job may fill a vacancy but may not be as motivated to do excellent work as those who plan to make a career in the industry. Tell me, why did you choose to work on this housekeeping position? I have exceptional cleaning skills which make me comfortable while performing different kinds of cleaning and sanitization tasks. In addition, I have a demonstrated ability to perform minor repair and maintenance tasks. Because of these skills, I have the capability to provide exceptional housekeeping services. Tell me, what are the key tasks for housekeeping? Housekeeping includes cleaning designated, changing linens, damp dusting horizontal surfaces, vents, trash removal, cleaning and scouring sinks, mopping, vacuuming carpets, and washing windows, door frames, and other vertical surfaces. Tell me, are you familiar with chemical cleaning precautions? Yes, I am an expert in chemical cleaning and fully understand the precautions to be followed while using any chemical cleaners, including ice cleaners. I am capable of reading and following instructions to book that come with various chemical cleaners. Explain, why did you choose to work on this housekeeping position? I believe that I have exceptional cleaning skills which make me comfortable while performing different kinds of cleaning and sanitization tasks. Because of these skills, I have the capability to provide exceptional housekeeping services. Please tell us something about yourself. I am a dedicated housekeeper with extensive experience in hotel housekeeping. I am an proficient in cleaning rooms, changing the linens, taking out trash and cleaning the bathrooms. In addition, I am competent in clearing off snow from the parking areas using manual and chemical procedures. Explain, how would you react to a guest who yelled at you? Even the most conscientious housekeeper is going to come into contact without a dissatisfied guest. It's part and parcel of the work. An effective interview should include examples of how the housekeeper reacted to disgruntled customers in previous jobs, or for newcomers to the industry, what they would do when faced with an angry customer. You want to hire an employee who knows the value of listening to a customer's grievance and working to resolve his issues. Tell us, how well do you work in a team? I am good at interpersonal relationships and exercise my effective communication skills when needed to work in a team. I also try to help my colleagues whenever possible, which makes me a very effective team player. In your opinion, what is the most important quality of a housekeeping aide? A housekeeping aide needs to be able to work in a thorough and detail-oriented manner. A speck of dust here or there or a spot on the floor can leave a very bad impression on guests. Thoroughness is important in all cleaning and maintenance work. What particular skills do you possess that make you an excellent choice to work as a housekeeping aide? Apart from being thorough in whatever I do, I am well organized and can handle many tasks at the same time without compromising on quality of work. Additionally, I am well versed in safely and accurately mixing cleaning agents and handling housekeeping supplies and equipment inventory as well. List out some of the duties that you have performed in a housekeeping aide role previously. As a housekeeping aide, I have been involved in providing assistance with cleaning tasks such as sweeping, mopping, and dusting, along with handling furniture and fixture polishing work. I have washed and sanitized bathrooms and kitchens, vacuumed and shampooed carpets, and also provided support to laundry personnel in collecting and delivering laundry. Recount a time when a guest was not satisfied with your work. There was an